Senator.
Yes.
Sir, I have a request on behalf of the United States Armed Forces.
And what would that be?
We need quite a large loan.
Well, how much?
$2 billion, more or less.
What could you possibly need that much money for?
We are attempting to build an atomic bomb to end the war with Japan.
Can't we just send our troops there and invade them? It would save tons of valuable cash.
Well, we consider that, but the amount of the public wouldn't tolerate the amount of casualties in our army that would result from this invasion. We need an efficient way to end the war.
Fine. We can lend you the money, but this project better pay off.
Thank you. Okay, alright.
The Manhattan Project began as a modest investigation into nuclear weaponry in 1939, before it encompassed more than 130,000 of America's brightest minds at its peak in 1945. Several of those employed were German-born physicists who fled Nazi Germany, including Albert Einstein. The project, in its entirety, cost the U.S. $2 billion, equivalent to over $25 billion in today's standards. Despite the tight blanket of security around its development, news of the project leaked and the race to build the world's first atomic bomb was on. The U.S. was still years ahead of Germany, however, because they absorbed previous British efforts to build a similar bomb and were able to pull ahead in the race. When the initial phase was complete in 1945, the U.S. tested a scaled-sized bomb at a secure nuclear weapon testing facility in New Mexico. With the preliminary test successful, the next step was for the U.S. to present their plan to the Allies and commence the construction of the final bombs, codenamed Fat Man and Little Boy, to finally put an end to the war in the Pacific.
So now that we've gotten Germany to unconditionally surrender, we need to figure out how to deal with those filthy Japanese.
America already has a plan, but it's highly confidential.
What do you mean?
All I can say is that we've been developing a new weapon of unusually destructive force.
You don't mean...
Yes, the atomic bomb. We've already made considerable progress.
This could finally put an end to the war. We just need to communicate this to Japan and try to get them to surrender before we have to kill hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians.
I think I have an idea. Surrender or be destroyed.
Look guys, the bomb is the bomb, okay? I told you that this is the only way to go. We've already warned the Japanese that they're facing prompt and utter destruction. I made up my mind, and the Japanese need to learn from their mistakes. The bomb's gonna hit them where it hurts.
I know that like everyone else in government, like, they may think that this is the way to go. But like, these actions are fundamentally immoral. Do you hear that? Fundamentally immoral. Dropping the bomb may have been necessary to put a quick end to the war. Like, I totally get that. But this country just has no sense of ethics. And like, we just can't be blinded by our rage.
It's always been my goal to contribute to such a great scientific breakthrough, but I'm not quite sure if I agree with the implications of the bomb. Well, I hate the Japanese as much as the next guy, but killing 100,000 of them may not be completely necessary.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's the only way to end the war and save American lives.
Well, alright then.
the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base.
Hey. Oh, no. Robert Oppenheimer was lonely. So you decided to get the whole Manhattan Project?
Yes. This is Enrico Fermi, Richard Feynman, Edward Teller, Otto Frisch, and Zazzles.
Zazzles?
I was going to name him Hermann von Helmholtz, but he's so zazzy.